Hello everyone, this is Matt, and I thought I would share with you all a new plan, a new start, a new theory or thought process that you guys might identify with. And so it's going to be a little bit of a serious talk today, and this is going to be based on withdrawal. No, not like the typical withdrawal in regards to drugs and stuff like that, but it's the act of withdrawing. So this plan, which I have begun as of now, 4/21/07, is kind of a product of a reluctant realization that I've come to in my life. I've discovered that there are simply two paths in life. One of despair by means of self-pity, bitterness by means of cowardice, and withdrawal by means of fear, with the end result being basically a painful life combined with an early death. And the other, a path of peace amidst chaos, courageous action in spite of fear, and an inner joy, one unconditional to the environment, with the end result of this all being a person in their elder years looking back with pride on their life which was lived to its fullest. The simple mind may look at this decision and say, this choice is simple, of course. Of course you would choose the latter. Of course you would choose life. Of course you would choose one that you would be living your life to the fullest. But unfortunately, it is not so simple. For in every mind whispers a hidden demon, constantly provoking you, encouraging you to give up, give in, and let go. This giving in can be seen in everyone, in myself, in you, all around our modern society. It is seen in the aggravated motorist, shaking his fist, cursing at those on the road not driving the way that he wants them to. It is seen in the worker who, having reluctantly risen from her sleep on Monday morning, calls in sick to work even though she's not sick. It is also seen in the hypochondriac, constantly seeking a diagnosis of disease, physical or mental, with which she can blame or put on an excuse for that person's mistakes, failures, and shortcomings. The same shortcomings that we all have, and we live with them every day. I have fallen into this trap as of late, listening to that whispering demon inside of me, believing in all the malicious words he's spoken into my mind. It is firstly demonstrated in my own withdrawal. I have been a hypochondriac, or as the hypochondriac I mentioned earlier, seeking out a diagnosis for which to blame my shortcomings on. Social phobia, general anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, depression. These are the labels I identified with. These are my crutches I used as an excuse to withdraw. Withdrawal has in fact been a plague in my life. All through school I withdrew from others my own age. I refused to be around them unless I had to. I was afraid of them rejecting me, so instead of facing the possibility of rejection, I backed down, withdrawing, and then used the label of social phobia as an excuse for my behavior. The same thing continues to this day at the age of 25. There are times when me, myself, and a few friends that I have make plans, and numerous times at the very last minute I would cancel the outing, making a believable excuse, but I do it only because basically I don't want to step outside of my sanctuary. I fear the rejection that might result in me going out. But it goes beyond just a social phobia. That was only the start. In other areas of my life, withdrawal plagues me. On days when I have a long list of things to get done, I look at that list, and instead of doing all of them, or at least doing some of them, I do none of them. Giving in, withdrawing, with that excuse of everything's just too overwhelming. So I'm just gonna drink, whatever. Even the weather becomes a reason for withdrawing for me. On days when it's rainy, I often feel better than when it's a nice sunny day out. Simply because on rainy days, I have an excuse for not going outside, socializing, and getting things done. I can stay in my fortified sanctuary, away from the things in the world which make me uncomfortable. But what price do we truly pay for avoiding that uncomfortable feeling in our life? That is the path of despair, fear, and death of which I spoke earlier. The path that lets fear rule the lives who travel it. The path that uses compassion as a mask for cowardice. This struggle is seen in more places than you think. For example, in a few well-known movies, like in Lord of the Rings, The Twin Towers. Our brave hobbit Frodo, having been stabbed by the blade of a ring wraith, which can represent the demon I spoke of earlier, begins a constant struggle of will to stay strong as himself, to not give in to the darkness, to not withdraw and offer the ring to the ring wraith. You see in the movie Frodo with his eyes clouded with the film of darkness, giving up the ring, giving up control of himself to the hands of his worst enemy, the ring wraith, the demon representing fear, sorrow, malice, etc. The withdrawal soon brought about a Frodo soon shouting at anger and threatening life at the tip of the blade to his friend Sam. And again in the movie Star Wars Episode 3, yes, the newer version, we watch as the young Jedi apprentice Anakin has an inner struggle of whether to stay on the path of light, the hard road which is difficult to win in, or to the path of darkness which offers him a power to save his beloved Padme. But in this withdrawal, the shadow that covered Anakin's eyes soon covered his heart, a heart which no longer could love. Such is the life of those who choose that path. The dark side, as it was called in this movie, but in real life we know it as addiction, hatred, and withdrawal. These may all seem like silly references to fantasy movies that aren't real, but basic truths and realities behind the stories are real. Both written from a human knowing that inner struggle. And for that, it is real. So my commitment today is to wake up. Realize firstly that yes, life is tough. Yes, life is difficult. Yes, life is painful. These things you cannot change. But what you can change is your attitude towards life. It is possible to love life without life being perfect or even comfortable. What you see when you step outside of your door, you choose if whether it will make you smile or make you frown. You choose that. Start questioning your reactions before you react, and see for once that beauty in this life is there if you truly want to see it. So this is my wake-up call for myself and whoever wants to join me. Those like me that have come to realize that they have sunken into this quicksand of withdrawal. Stand up and smile through the storm. Let every step you take in your life from this moment on be a step forward. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I love that saying. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Accept the bad things in life along with the good, pushing neither away. And above all else, realize that you're not alone. Thanks everyone. Take care.
Don't turn away. I pray you've heard the words I've spoken. Dare to believe over one last time. Then I'll let the darkness cover me. Deny everything. Slowly walk away to breathe again on my own.